He continued by saying, when a label gave me a plaque, I thought they was trying to trick me. Show me the financials that my art made. The other shit a mental trick. Give me a plaque with how much my song made and how much I got paid. I'm shying away from that whole system. It's just not for us. By the way, I do think that's a good point that Meek is making. I always say, though, these artists, when they're at the pinnacle of their career, they all love the label. You know what I mean? And you can't make a bigger impact when you're on the decline as you were at the top. If he just sold 250 and he said, yo, my next album, I'm going to do this on a label-wise or whatever, it would just hit more. Because now people are looking at him and be like, oh, you're only doing this because whatever. He said, yo, I don't want Flamerz 5 on no streaming service. Okay. This strictly underground music. Billboard can't relate. Just rate the music. I bet you $1 million I can make the United States world play it with one upload button. Been doing it since MySpace. Meek is making, he's doing the classic, I forgot what the tactic is, where he's trying to make it seem like he's making a decision. Flamerz 5 cannot be on a streaming service. That's a fact. Meek Mill, along with Kodak Black, cannot drop music, and I'm telling you this for a fact. Cannot drop music until February. January, February. According to their label deals, they're now off of their Atlantic deal. There's a grace period where they cannot put out music. Youngboy technically is in that space as well, except because they value his catalog so much, they keep doing these side deals with him. That's why he's dropping. But Meek would have to basically get back in the same deal for like an album to really drop music before then. And if he wants to drop music before then, he has to drop it on not a streaming service, right? And obviously he said that Flamerz 5 is going to be on some no ceilings vibe, which means it's going to have a lot of, like probably other people's beats, which you won't drop on DSPs anyway. I'm waiting for Meek. Meek promised that he would drop 10 tapes or about 10 tapes to kind of heat it back up just on some mixtape shit. And I do think that would help him a lot. He just hasn't dropped one yet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he looks at it like that. When you're dropping music like that, you're back on grind mode. You see how the baby dropping a freestyle a day? I think Meek should drop something for Christmas, drop something for Thanksgiving, drop something for New Year's, drop something for 1st of July. Like, what the fuck? You got to get back in that bubble of being like just lightning hot. Somebody says, way to wipe the cold out your eyes and wake up, Brody. We've been exploited. He says, I always ask artists when they say they went 5 times platinum, how much did that song make in total? How much did you make as a creator? 99% of them get stuck. I agree. Yeah, me and Vlad, we had that conversation about it. Like, ironically, Vlad was on the side of the labels that pretty much, these labels did so much for these artists. These artists basically deserve nothing. And I'm like, on average, these guys are getting less than 20% after recoupment of what their record is making. So if their record made $10 million after recouping, right? Say it took $3 million to recoup, right? It took $3 million to recoup. The first $3 million. So basically, it would take that record making $13 million before you could see $2 million. And it's not the best situation, but most of these guys go for the big advances. Anytime you hear a nigga saying, yo, I signed a so-and-so deal, that's an advance. If these guys want to be able to talk percentages, you shouldn't be looking for advances or that big of an advance. You should be saying, yo, we got a 50-50 partnership, or this is just a distribution deal. It's a 70-30 on our side. You ain't going to hear Bad Bunny with this problem because Bad Bunny gets 90% of his profits, But again, Meek is finally out of the Atlantic system, which I feel like has trapped so many artists before. And a couple of other artists are about to go through that same thing. I don't know if Boogie's next album he's up, but it's about to get there. We're going to see what they do with Boogie. Will they give him enough to stay? Remember, when it came to PNB Rock, they dropped him. Meek, they're choosing not to continue. And he's choosing as well. Kodak, Just not happening. Young boy they wanted to keep, but shit, it was the same old. He ain't doing it. Anyway, he said, you about to put on that piff. He said, yeah, or my mixtapes with SoundCloud or Audio Mac. I put my other projects on the big boys. I was making 8 cents off every dollar. Might as well get it for free. We up now. I would suggest to Meek Mill, with all due respect, and I'm not hating on any of these places, put it on YouTube, brother. SoundCloud isn't SoundCloud no more. People aren't going to alternative apps to really play music. They're going to YouTube, okay? The people who don't got money for Apple and Spotify go to YouTube. The niggas who want to hear podcasts go to YouTube. Everybody go to YouTube. Bro, just put it on YouTube, bro. Now, I think the reason why he ain't say YouTube is because that might be Atlantic could possibly block it. You know what I mean? They could block it on YouTube. But if I'm him, I say, fuck it, just put it on YouTube. Not saying you can put it on those too, but put it on YouTube, bro. Are people really running towards SoundCloud to go listen to music now? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, all right. Then he says, I want to do a drop on an album on JPay or Cash App. Like I used to sell my shit in the streets. I'm not trying to get paid $1 for every 1,000 streams. Who made that the fuck up? I would suggest that Meek Mill does a drop like how Nipsey did. Test your fan base. Let's see if 10 years of putting in work and giving people classic music, let's see if they'll pay for it. You're not gonna get like, no disrespect to Meek, but you're not getting 50,000. Like if they got to pay $1 for a song, or let's say $5, you're not getting 50,000 people that buy that. Or let's say 10,000 song, right? No, 10,000 album. 50,000 people ain't buying that. Especially if it's not on the platforms they already use to listen to music. So if I'm him, I do collector stuff, and that's why I want black artists to get back into. Start doing collector shit. You doing something special like this, bro? Do collector shit, my nigga. Make it an experience. That's where Taylor Swift is just teaching the game. Taylor Swift is selling the same music in different colors. She doing them like Yeezys. Yo, here's this vinyl with this cover, and then here's this vinyl with that cover, and this on this version it don't have a second verse, but on this version they got 5 verses. Like, bro, if you want people to try to buy music or get a little bit more engaged rather than rely on streaming platforms, I think you should try that. Somebody said SoundCloud has all the underground music and leaks. SoundCloud still jumping? Oh, shit. Maybe I really don't listen to leaks no more. Somebody said Taylor Swift is selling physical art, just not just music. Yeah, but that's what I think Meek should do. You know, when it comes to hip hop, right? At least when it comes to black artists, people like Kendrick is killing it with vinyls. Somebody said Taylor Swift on a different type of wave. Yes, Taylor Swift sold 1 million. Bro, I don't think Meek should expect to sell 1 million, but if he could sell 100,000, if he could sell 100,000 fucking vinyls, my nigga, in a month, bro, that's a great look. You're in between fucking situation. Put some shit out that, like, if you, bro, don't, this is what artists mess up at. Don't try to, the system is rigged as it is, but don't try to go back. You're only going to hurt yourself. Do some new shit, futuristic shit. Anyway,